Come with me, if you will, on a quiet journey. Let us leave the solid ground behind for just a moment. Imagine a slow, gentle lift, rising ever so softly into the vast open sky. The sounds of the world below begin to fade, replaced by a peaceful hush. Here, suspended in the calm air, we find a new perspective. We are about to witness a city not as a series of streets and destinations, but as a single, living organism. Below us, Hartford, Connecticut unfolds itself. It is a place of history, of nature, and of human endeavor, all waiting to be seen from this serene vantage point, high above the everyday hustle and bustle. The ascent is almost imperceptible, like a feather caught on a warm-up draft. The world transforms from a familiar human-scale environment into a magnificent, sprawling map. Individual cars become tiny, glinting specks of light, moving in a coordinated, silent dance along arteries of gray. The tops of trees merge into a textured canopy of green, a soft blanket thrown over the urban landscape. We are observers now, detached from the urgency of the world below. From this height, there is only a sense of profound tranquility, a feeling of watching something ancient and intricate go about its timeless business. The city breathes, and we are here to simply watch it. From our vantage point, the city of Hartford presents itself as a grand and intricate tapestry. It is a work of art woven with threads of varying colors and textures. The dominant threads are the deep, earthy greens of its many parks and the cool slate grays of its roads and rooftops. These are interwoven with the shimmering blue of the river and the sparkling, reflective surfaces of glass towers that reach up towards us. It is a composition of immense scale, yet every small detail contributes to the whole. The city spreads out, a living map telling a story of growth, of community, and of resilience, all laid bare for us to observe in this peaceful solitude. We can trace the larger patterns of the city's design. Major thoroughfares act as the primary lines in this vast drawing, guiding the eye from the dense urban core outwards towards the quieter, leafier suburbs. These roads are like the veins of a great leaf, channeling life and energy throughout the entire organism. Interspersed among them are patches of vibrant green, oases of calm like Bushnell Park and Colt Park, which appear as soft, verdant cushions nestled amongst the harder edges of the built environment. This balance between the natural and the man-made is what gives the cityscape its unique character and its visual harmony when viewed from the sky. The Connecticut River is perhaps the most magnificent feature of this aerial view. It does not run in a straight line. Instead, it meanders in a series of graceful, sweeping bends. It looks less like a river and more like a brushstroke of liquid silver, painted across the landscape by a steady, confident hand. Bridges stitch its two banks together, delicate structures that seem almost fragile from this height, yet they carry the constant, silent flow of life from one side to the other. The river is the city's oldest and most constant companion, a silent witness to centuries of change along its shores. Now our gaze is drawn to a particular jewel in the city's crown. There, rising with unmistakable grandeur, is the Connecticut State Capitol. From our aerial perch, it does not appear as a building of stone and mortar, but as a magnificent, ornate sculpture. Its most striking feature, the brilliant golden dome, catches the sunlight and gleams with a regal fire. It is a beacon, a point of singular brilliance in the urban landscape, announcing its importance without a sound. Surrounding it, the intricate details of its Victorian Gothic architecture, the soaring turrets and spires, create a complex and fascinating silhouette against the green lawn below. The building is perfectly situated, presiding over the northern edge of Bushnell Park. From the sky, we can appreciate the deliberate and masterful planning of its location. It is not crowded by other structures, but is given space to breathe, allowing its architectural splendor to be fully appreciated. The manicured lawns and formal gardens that surround it act as a green pedestal, elevating this monument of governance and history. We see the circular driveway, the careful arrangement of surrounding statues and memorials, all part of a grand, symmetrical design that is only truly visible from this elevated perspective. It is a testament to civic pride, designed to inspire awe from every angle. We can observe the fine details that are often missed from the ground, the way the light plays across the different textures of its marble and granite facade, the deep shadows cast by its many gables and arches, and the sheer complexity of its roofline. It is a structure built with an astonishing level of craft and care, a relic from an era when public buildings were intended to be works of art. From up here, it looks less like a workplace for lawmakers and more like a palace from a fairy tale, its golden dome a promise of the treasures of history and democracy held within its walls. As we drift past, the capital's appearance changes with our shifting angle. New facets of its design are revealed, and its relationship to the surrounding city evolves. It stands as a powerful symbol of Connecticut's past and present, a steadfast anchor in the ever-changing urban environment. Just below the golden dome of the Capitol lies a vast expanse of green, a soft and welcoming counterpoint to the city's hard surfaces. This is Bushnell Park, the emerald heart of Hartford. From our aerial view, it appears as a lush, sprawling oasis, a place of refuge and natural beauty carved directly into the urban core. Its winding pathways look like delicate threads stitched into a green velvet cloth, inviting the tiny figures of people below to wander and explore. The trees, a mix of mature, stately specimens and younger, vibrant growth, form a rich, textured canopy that changes color with the subtle shifts of the season. The park is not simply an open field. It is a carefully designed landscape, and its full artistry is revealed from our position in the sky. We can see the graceful curves of the Park River, which flows through its grounds, its banks lined with weeping willows and sturdy oaks. The famous Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Arch stands proudly at one end, a grand stone gateway that seems almost miniature from this height. The carousel, with its brightly painted roof, is a small, cheerful circle of color, a hub of joy and nostalgia. Every element, from the tranquil ponds to the scattered sculptures, is placed with an intention that creates a harmonious and peaceful whole. Observing from above, we witness the park's vital role in the life of the city. It is a living space, a communal backyard for all of Hartford's residents. We can see people strolling, others sitting on benches beneath the shade of large trees, and perhaps a game of catch taking place on one of the open lawns. It is a place of calm and recreation, a green lung that breathes life and tranquility into the surrounding streets. The contrast is stark and beautiful. The organized, rigid geometry of the city grid gives way to the gentle, organic forms of the park, a space where nature is invited to soften the edges of urban life. As we float serenely overhead, Bushnell Park appears timeless. It has been a sanctuary for the city's inhabitants for generations, a constant source of peace and natural beauty. From this distance, we cannot hear the laughter of children or the rustle of leaves, but we can feel the profound sense of peace that the park exudes. It is an essential part of Hartford's identity, a testament to the wisdom of preserving green space amidst progress. It is the city's soul, a beautiful, vibrant, and enduring expanse of green that cradles the community in its verdant embrace. Our gentle drift now carries us over the city's defining natural feature, the Connecticut River. From this high altitude, its immense scale is truly apparent. It is a powerful, serpentine creature of water, gliding majestically along the eastern flank of Hartford. Its surface, a vast mirror, reflects the color of the sky above, appearing as a brilliant sapphire blue under the midday sun, or a soft molten gold as evening approaches. It is not static. We can see the subtle textures on its surface, the gentle ripples and currents that betray the immense energy flowing silently beneath. This river is the city's lifeblood, its reason for being, and its constant silent companion. We can trace its long, elegant curves as it makes its way south towards the sea. The banks of the river are a study in contrasts. On one side, we see the manicured landscapes of public parks, with green lawns stretching down to the water's edge. On the other, we see the sterner, more industrial face of the city, with warehouses and infrastructure that speak to the river's long history as a vital commercial artery. The bridges that span its width are remarkable feats of engineering, looking like delicate steel and concrete threads from our perspective. They are the essential links that bind the communities on either side, allowing the city to function as a cohesive whole. The river is a hub of quiet activity. We might see the slender form of a rowing scull cutting a clean, straight line through the water, its oars creating a rhythmic pattern of small whirlpools. A pleasure boat might be making its slow, leisurely way upstream, leaving a gentle, spreading V-shaped wake behind it. These small signs of life only serve to emphasize the river's immense and peaceful presence. It is a place for recreation and contemplation, a natural corridor of tranquility that offers an escape from the built environment that presses in on all sides. It has a rhythm and a life all its own. From the sky, we can appreciate how the river has shaped the city. The roads and railways curve to follow its path, and the tallest buildings are clustered to take advantage of the views it offers. It is the fundamental element of the local geography around which everything else has been arranged. For centuries, it has brought trade, transport, and life to this place. Watching it from above, in the quiet of the upper air, one feels a connection to that long history. The river flows on, indifferent to the passage of time, a majestic and enduring force of nature at the very edge of the city. As we continue our aerial survey, the architectural character of Hartford reveals itself as a fascinating symphony of styles, a conversation between the past and the present, written in stone, brick, and glass. In the city's core, we can clearly distinguish the older, more ornate structures. There is the Traveller's Tower, a Beaux-Arts masterpiece that for many years stood as the city's tallest building. From above, its classical details and stepped-back design create a powerful and dignified profile. Nearby, we see the warm red brick of the old State House, a testament to an even earlier period of American history, its simple, elegant form a stark contrast to the giants that now surround it. These historic landmarks are now neighbors to sleek modern towers that reflect the sky on their glass facades. Buildings like City Place 1 rise as sheer geometric forms, their smooth surfaces and sharp angles speaking a different architectural language altogether. From our vantage point, we can see how these glass towers act as mirrors, capturing and distorting the images of their older stone-clad neighbors. This creates a fascinating visual dialogue. The reflection of a historic church warps and ripples across the face of a contemporary office building, literally blending the old and the new into a single complex image. This juxtaposition is not a clash, but a harmonious blend. The city's growth over time is laid out below us like the rings of a tree. The historic core is dense and intricate, with buildings that stand shoulder to shoulder along the streets. As we look outwards, the style changes. We see the sturdy industrial architecture of the 19th and early 20th centuries, and then the more sprawling, low-rise developments of the modern era. This rich architectural tapestry tells the story of Hartford's economic booms, its changing tastes, and its enduring ability to adapt and grow without erasing its own history. From the sky, the city is a museum of architectural evolution. We can see how different eras have left their mark, each contributing a unique voice to the overall chorus. The ornate details of a Gilded Age building sit comfortably beside the clean lines of a 21st century structure. It is this rich diversity that gives Hartford its unique visual identity. It is a city that respects its heritage while embracing the future. And this beautiful, complex relationship between old and new is never clearer than when viewed from the peaceful expanse of the sky. Moving away from the dense concentration of the downtown core, our aerial perspective reveals a different side of Hartford. The cityscape softens, and the rigid grid gives way to a more organic and gentle pattern. Here lie the city's residential neighborhoods, a patchwork quilt of tree-lined streets, modest homes, and hidden pockets of green. From above, the canopy of mature trees is so thick in some areas that the houses seem to be nestled within a forest. It is a peaceful, comforting sight, a reminder that a city is not just a center of commerce, but a collection of communities where people live their lives. We can distinguish the different characters of these neighborhoods from the air. Some feature the larger, more stately homes of the West End, with their spacious lawns and grand historic architecture. Others are composed of the tighter rows of three-story apartment buildings, their rooftops creating a repeating rhythmic pattern. Each neighborhood has its own unique texture and layout, its own quiet story to tell. We can see the local parks that serve these communities, small emerald jewels that act as gathering places for neighbors and play areas for children, their importance to the fabric of daily life clearly visible from our high perch. In these quiet corners, we also discover the city's hidden green spaces. Beyond the grand expanse of Bushnell Park, there are numerous other oases. We see the sprawling grounds of Colt Park to the south, with its sports fields and open spaces, and the elegant, historic landscape of Cedar Hill Cemetery, which from this height appears more like a beautifully landscaped arboretum than a burial ground. These areas provide vital breathing room, ensuring that even in a bustling city, a connection to the natural world is never far away. They are the quiet punctuation marks in the long sentence of the urban environment. Floating above these tranquil scenes, one gets a sense of the city's true scale and diversity. Hartford is more than just its skyline. It is a tapestry of homes, schools, and local streets. It is in these quiet corners that the daily rhythm of life unfolds, away from the grand stage of the downtown district. The view from the sky allows us to appreciate this peaceful, domestic side of the city, to see it as a complete and multifaceted organism. It fosters a sense of connection not just to the monuments, but to the very heart of the community that calls this place home. As our journey through the sky continues, the sun begins its slow descent towards the horizon. The quality of the light changes, and with it, the entire character of the city below. The harsh light of midday softens into a warm golden glow that bathes the entire landscape in a gentle, ethereal radiance. Long, dramatic shadows stretch out from the tallest buildings, painting dark stripes across the city grid. The Connecticut River transforms from a sparkling blue ribbon into a surface of liquid gold, perfectly reflecting the fiery colors of the sunset. It is a time of magical transformation, a moment of profound and quiet beauty. The city begins to dress itself for the night, one by one. Then in a cascading rush, the lights begin to appear. Streetlights trace the paths of the roads in glowing lines of orange and white, creating a brilliant illuminated web. The windows of office towers and apartment buildings become small, bright squares, hinting at the lives and activities continuing within. The city, which appeared as a composition of stone and green by day, now becomes a constellation of man-made stars spread out upon the dark earth. It is a second, equally beautiful identity, revealed only in the fading light. From our serene position high above, we can watch this transformation unfold in perfect peace. The golden dome of the Capitol catches the last rays of sunlight, holding on to the day for a final, brilliant moment before surrendering to the twilight. The glass facades of the modern skyscrapers, which mirrored the blue sky hours ago, now reflect the deep purples and oranges of the sunset, becoming canvases for nature's spectacular evening display. The entire scene is imbued with a sense of calm and finality, a gentle closing of the day. The sounds are gone. There is only the slow, silent emergence of a city of light. This view of Hartford at dusk is perhaps the most magical of all. It is a time of transition where the world of work gives way to the world of home and rest. The patterns of light reveal the city's energy in a new way. The bright, concentrated clusters of the downtown core, the steady lines of headlights on the major highways, and the soft, scattered glow of the residential neighborhoods. We are privileged observers of this nightly spectacle, floating in the deep blue of the twilight sky, watching as Hartford puts on its glittering evening attire, ready for the quiet hours ahead. Now our time in the sky draws to a close. We begin a slow, gentle descent, spiraling softly back towards the ground. The grand, sweeping panorama begins to resolve back into familiar details. The city, which was an abstract map of shapes and colors, once again becomes a world of individual buildings, distinct trees, and specific streets. The tiny specks of cars grow larger, their individual movements becoming clear. The silent, majestic spectacle we have been watching from above is slowly replaced by the familiar scale of the world we inhabit every day. As we get closer, the sounds of the city gradually return. A distant siren, the low hum of traffic, the general murmur of urban life. These sounds filter back into our awareness, grounding us in the here and now. The sense of detached observation gives way to a feeling of re-engaging with the world. The buildings no longer look like small models. Their immense size and solid presence become apparent once more. We see the details of the architecture, the textures of the brick and stone, and the people walking along the sidewalks below. We are returning to the world we left behind. Though our feet are about to touch the ground, we do not return unchanged. This journey has given us a new perspective. We have seen Hartford not as a collection of separate parts, but as a single, interconnected whole. We have appreciated the elegant balance between its historic heart and its modern ambitions, between its bustling urban core and its peaceful green spaces. We have witnessed the artistry in its layout, the history in its architecture, and the life in its quiet neighborhoods. This aerial view has revealed a beauty and a harmony that is often missed from street level. Landing softly, we are once again part of the city's fabric. Yet we carry the memory of that peaceful float through the sky. We now know what the city looks like from the perspective of a bird or a cloud. We have seen its grand design and felt its quiet rhythm. This experience fosters a deeper appreciation, a gentle sense of wonder for the complex and beautiful place below. The city is no longer just a place to navigate, but a landscape to be admired, its full and magnificent character now etched into our minds.